My name is Rebecca Clough. I'm 35 and I was born in Auckland, New Zealand. So my practice is wheel-thrown ceramics. I've always enjoyed making things. I've always enjoyed working with my hands. Ceramics is something that had always fascinated me. I can't really remember exactly when I first would have seen it or, but I always used to pick up, if I could find pots that looked handmade from charity shops, I would always pick them up and buy them. I think I just sort of started looking at videos of people throwing on the wheel, and it just looked, I don't know, just something about the motion of it just looked so fascinating to me and looked like it would be so satisfying and so sort of cathartic in a lot of ways. When I was in London, I had a very close circle of friends who worked out of the same shared studio that I worked out of. So I really miss that. It is good to have a home studio and, be able to go out there at any hour as well. I can go out first thing in the morning, like especially with having a baby. He sleeps at random times. So, if he's down for a nap, then I can quickly run out there and do a few bits. Things like graphic design and interiors, lots of it sounds weird, but lots of kind of mid-century bathrooms have like these amazing patterned tiles that I find, the colours and the very sort of geometric, repetitive patterns are very inspiring. I have several ceramic artists who I admire very much. The person who, probably one of the people who really inspired me to get into it was a ceramicist in London called Lily Maitzig. Her ceramics account is called May Ceramics. I think when I first started, the dream would have been to make money from it, but I hadn't hung my hopes on it.
My name is Becky Dogman-Wainwright. I am a textile artist and designer, so I use a design process to make artworks. I also work 3 days a week at Arts University Plymouth. I think my art practice is very much about enjoying the slowness of life, so really taking a step back, but also giving yourself time to kind of pause and think about, what is happening on the everyday. I think lots of us are quite anxious about what the, kind of where humanity is at the moment in a kind of larger global sense. So, just having that time to kind of really think about what's important and what I can do to improve people's lives. Do we need to pursue money or do we pursue happiness? Sometimes I don't think they always match. Sometimes they do, but I think for me, I would say I'm 99.9% content that I've got this lovely balance between, kind of working and being able to have a creative life. When I left university and obviously kind of stayed off on doing part-time lecturing, I started out doing knitwear design. So really passionate about the fashion industry, but really passionate about kind of the sustainability and the sustainable aspects of my practice. The need to create things that people understood and could purchase was definitely a shift into tapestry weaving. Still repetition, still meditative, but people understood it as an art practice much more. And I wanted to be in galleries. I definitely wanted the buzz of being able to see, something that's made domestically, kind of on a loom, in my home studio, arrive in a gallery space. And there is a real buzz, and being able to talk to people about design process and getting people involved and making very old textile practices more attractive to young people.
So hi, I'm Sue Lurie. and I'm a printmaker artist based here in Plymouth in Devon. My art practice is really integrated into my way of life. I never switch off from my ideas, so if I'm walking the dogs or cooking the dinner or chilling at home watching a film, I'm always generating, thinking about ideas, and so it's always there. I think I've really always enjoyed creating worlds that I feel help me communicate who I am and how I am in the world. So I think as a young child, perhaps playing, even if that was with dolls and playing out at the bottom of our garden. We used to have a riverbank, so I'd always be out the riverbank with my friends till like dark, inventing and making things or creating imaginary journeys to go on and messing about. So I think it's just an innate kind of sense of myself, and being a creative helps me really show how I am in the world and how I see myself. I love to play with ink on surface. I really love getting tactile with my images. Like, I don't want to just create like an image digitally. I want to actually physically feel it and actually feel like the labour of my work as I'm working. So I actually go home aching and I'm just creating a picture, a flat image of a screen print, but I'm like scrubbing things and rinsing things out and creating a big bin full of like tissues and stuff where I've had to wipe ink away. So I really like being super hands-on and making it really tangible and inky and physical. I think I just got that innate creativity just from my mum improvising and making things and getting involved with the community and doing things that just made me feel like that's something I really wanted to do. It really connected me to that part of my childhood. And watching my mum sewing, and I can still sort of see her hands sewing, and she used to make clothes for us and stuff. So I think, yeah, my mum and her hands and just seeing her making and creating and improvising, being a woman, you know, having to be at home with the children and stuff. There's many parallels to my life as well. So
I really think that ceramics is something that just has my whole heart.
Don't look at the exterior of what you might want to be, you know, kind of in the 10 years, but, you know, look in the washing bowl, if you've got a washing bowl, and find the enjoyment of looking at that small bubble, because it's always, you know, it's you know, or looking at the kind of the giant mess that you've made, because that might become something that's really interesting 5 years down the line.
the thing that you feel worried about doing, that's the thing you need to do. It's like, don't do the safe thing, don't do the comfortable thing, because that's probably what other people are doing already. So you might be imitating or mimicking other people. So it's that sense of something, like really just listening in and just really feeling that sense of, oh, it's really cool, but I'm a bit nervous to do that because, oh, I don't see anyone else really doing that. That's the thing, that moment, that thing is what you need to do.